Greetings to my brothers and sisters once more again. It's the Tonic Man. I'm about to reveal certain historical facts that was inaccurate and just don't make no sense. Back on the topic, Garifuna and Kalinago, that fake name that was made up by the French after denationalizing us, taking our land and resources. Now, the location of the Caribbean island is located in the Atlantic Ocean, so that's why they're called Atlantic Islands. Now, in previous recent so-called changing of history, they call it Caribbean Islands. And the slave name that is adopted by either the French or the British, which most of these islands were captured by the French first, because Grenada, St. Lucia, St. Vincent, Trinidad, Jamaica, all these places was captured by the French. And St. Vincent, where I'm from, which is Uromi, the real name, the indigenous name, this was captured in 1719, and was handed over to the British 44 years after a peace treaty was signed between both nations, from stop warring to see who would first control whichever island. But the British was the first to establish, the French was the first to establish, establish the corporation that is presently called a government that is known as St. Vincent and the Grenadines and Grenada and St. Lucia. But the islands that the French keep for themselves was St. Lucia, Dominica, Guadeloupe, and Martinique. Now, St. Vincent, Grenada, Barbados, Jamaica, Trinidad, these was all given to the British colony. But St. Vincent, which is original Uromi, and the slave name is St. Vincent, this was given to the British colony in 1763, which would run it 44 years after the French established their colony, which the French general, whose name was Vincent, he's the one the island named after. They just add the ST and name it St. Vincent. Now, this illegal, crooked systems that come off of slavery are called chattel slavery, and they are called forced denationalization, which means they take away your name, your identity, and give you one that is made up from a corporation, which is currently called a governmental state. And in the olden days, it used to be the individual slave masters owned the slave. Now it's changed to the state owning the slave, which is the so-called government. For many of you who really don't realize that, you call yourself a Vincent, a Grenadian, or a Lucian, you're practically still a slave. You're a citizen is a slave. In the 14th Amendment, it classifies you as an artificial person. You're not classified under the human being. That means you're not human. You know what I mean? You're class. And when the European wanted to go and slave us, they would say we are cannibal, rebellic, nomadic, no good. So we are classified as artificial people in the 14th Amendment. So they would make that part of the law to bring forth slavery, which was done in 1491 by the Pope Innocent. So to make these laws credible to the Constitution, they would have to put certain stuff, and this was also done by the Christian people. It's the same people who call themselves Christians, okay? Which is the same one who write the Bible. So many of you who go in under the indoctrination of Christianity and all other religion, mind you, it came from Rome. Rome created these illusions, okay? This is just a way of indoctrinating you so that you would not focus on what is real and what is, factual from the fiction. So the fact is that the word Garifuna, the Chatoye, and Kalinago, these are all made up from the French. Now, if a nation slave you, okay, think about this. If someone had to come and slave you to denationalize you, take your name, your land, and your resources, which means they're going to make a name up for you, make a name for your land. Cities, province, towns, villages, they're going to name it under the name of the French colonial people, okay? And then the British is going to take over 44 years after the French established the colony, would after a peace treaty signed, and then they decide to part ways, leave some island for the British, and the French keep some. And the ones that speak Creole or broken language, which we would call Patois, and French, are the ones that the French still control. And the one that speak the English would be the one that the British take over after the treaty was signed and after they was freely given it up by the French. Now, this island where I'm from, which is Uromi, which they call St. Vincent, was given up 44 years after the French captured it to the British. And then the British start developing their own system and changing everything to suit them and creating the queen law, which would be the common law. Well, all laws protect we indigenous descendants, okay? And I got to straighten this out clear because a lot of you are still in denial, you know what I mean, and still naive of the actual facts and the reality that truly exists, and are afraid and reluctant to stand up for your own rights and to research your own truth that is truly real. You're holding on to some illusion. Now, why I'm getting back to this here, because a lot of you needs to be awakened, and you wouldn't have me finishing because one little video and one topic could never be finished, especially when it's have to be spoken of in many different ways to get into your head so that you would be enlightened. So there's ways and means of doing things, so I cannot just say it one way and then hope it will get into you if you still 90 or 100 of you watch it and there's only 2 of you grasp the understanding and get enlightened, and the 98 of you still damn. Then I have to come out in another solid way that would be relevant and that would actually speak of more logics and give you a bit more ease in expression so you would understand what's going on. So I would have to break it down. So I would always have to be coming at you with this particular type of expression based on our cultures and our history and our heritage for what has been lost and stolen and taken away from us, so that I could help replace it back into you common people, and that you would do the same that I do, research and find out all that has been lost and stolen that you need to take back, and the lies and the words you use to identify each other needs to be stopped. You know what I mean? Plenty different words we use in our vocabulary needs to be thrown out, you know what I mean? And all the garbage, the lies, the illusion. Well, if the French slave you, don't expect them to denationalize you and take your land and resources, and they would give you a name that it would relevant to your past. No, they would not. That's why they make this fake name up, Garifuna and Kalinago. Now, in which historical facts or heritage, to speak, can you find any research dating Kalinago and Garifuna? There ain't none. Okay? There aren't any. And I want you to prove that, and which you cannot. All of you who lies to go around and tell lie and keep the common people ignorant and passive, writing these fake books and promoting and telling people about all the indigenous descendants, Kalinago and Garifuna, that's a lie. There ain't no such people. They never exist. The descendants of the islands on these Caribbean, which is Atlantic islands, are called Moroccans, Araucans, and Calacans, which are all descendants of the Moors. Stop fool the people, fake politicians and fake scholars that goes around and tell the people a lot of lies. Well, I'm here to correct that. And you will never stop hearing me. Like I say, you go tired to see me face, but you're not getting me out the race. Yeah? My children, which is my descendants, because the word family needs to put out of our vocabulary. All these words, blessing, you know what I mean? All these foolish words we're using to identify each other and to think we're saying something good, we have to take them out of vocabulary because they have no positive nor constructive meaning. Okay? And my brothers and sisters, it's like my phone time is running out, so I'm going to have to cut this video and finish it up on a different time. But I got to let you know that this island here, which is Uromi, which was captured 1719 by the French and then gave over to the British 1763, is only 43 years after the, 44 years to be exact, after the French captured and then hand over to the British. Also, the fake stories that they made up of the descendants and the fake names are inaccurate to the historical facts or the heritage that has been put on the wall stage for us to acknowledge and recognize. And what you're getting that they took up from the French archives couldn't be your history. It's a fake story. It's inaccurate. It's a lie. So my brothers and sisters, do like me. Stop listening to what you hear and then just go up and swallow it and then go and teach your children and them the same foolishness. Research, man. Research for yourself. Do like what I did. I went far back as to research. Deep history. Way back. You know, thousands and thousands of years, even before the fake story, the fake book that they call the Bible. You know what I mean? Which the Caucasoids in them write and used to indoctrinate you. It's a part of indoctrination from slavery. Also, your curriculum, which is designed to keep you a slave and teaching you the same lies that I'm trying to correct. You know, I'm trying to wipe out of the youth's them mind, because we don't need this illusion. We don't need no lies no more. We have to publish this and teach the truth. I'm going to publish the reality now. So you guys, when you listen to this, you will start to think. And first, go and research like me, man. Stop thinking so foolish and, you know what I mean, pig-headed and think everything you know is the real no. You don't know anything yet, brothers. We all have to learn from each other, and we have to go out and seek the truth. The truth is here, but you have to look for it. And if you look sincerely and cleanly within your heart, do some serious research like I did. Check out the moles in North America. Look for descendants, where we're coming from. And then you will see the real actual facts and the true evidence of all the descendants that is from these Atlantic Islands that is known as the Caribbean island are of Moorish descent. And not no fake Garifuna and Kalinago. They don't exist.